Hello guys, welcome to today's video. So today we'll be discussing the final chapter, which is the chapter 18, and here we'll be discussing some general terms like policies, procedures, ethics, and many other things, small definitions. So starting with a procedure. Procedure is a comprehensive set of instructions that prescribes a certain way of performing a process, part of a process in relation to the time. We all know what a procedure is. Let's say you want to transact some money from your let's say Google Pay account. So what procedure you will follow? You will first open the Google Pay. Next, you will select the contact to whom you want to pay the money. Then third is you will enter the money. Then you will enter the PIN, and then finally you will confirm. So this is a part of the this is a procedure on how you will transfer the money on a Google Pay to some person. So this is what a procedure says. It's a set of instructions that prescribes a certain way of performing a process, part of a process in relation to the time. And everything is time related. Here you cannot perform this transaction for more than 50 minutes because OTP will be valid only for 5 or 10 minutes. So with respect to time, you have to perform the transaction. So time is also important. So what was the finally aim is, so it's a chronological sequence. As I have said, this is the 1 2 3 4 5. You cannot perform the second step first. You have to follow the sequence. So that is what a procedure is, chronological sequence, so as to achieve the objective. Here you have achieving the objective of transferring the money. So in organization also there will be so many procedures for a certain task to be carried out that will help you to achieve certain objectives. So a procedure is a document that instructs the workers on executing one or more activities of a business or process. So it's basically a document that instruct which will tell you the sequence of events as to how the task has to be executed. So organizations typically document the procedures in a published policy, procedures, or SOPs. Normally they are called as SOPs, standard operating procedures. Next is a policy. A policy is a deliberate system of principles to guide decisions and achieve rational outcomes. You can just leave it. A policy is a statement of intent and is implemented as a procedure or a protocol. So normally what happens is, a policy is like how the procedures, let's say you have so many procedures, one, two, three, four. So how you will implement those procedures. So all these things will be in a written document. So that is a policy. So what this policy, it helps you to guide the decisions and achieve some outcomes. Though you have the procedures in place, but how you will use those procedures is nothing but a policy. Like let's say a HR policy is there that employees should come at 9:30 a.m. and then they have to go at 1 o'clock for lunch and 6 o'clock is the office leaving time. So HR policy states that they have to come at 9:30 a.m. and leave the office at this. At the same time, there will be another, let's say in another organization, they may give some leeway sometime. Let's say 8:30 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. you can come, or even if you go at 5:30 between 6 a.m. you can go. So these are some of the. This is one procedure that they can follow. This is another procedure they can follow. So this is how the policies are made. A policy will govern all these procedures. You just remember that procedures are implemented as a policies. That is sufficient. Next is profession. Profession is nothing but a special training or a particular skill. Let's say you are an engineer. Let's say you are an accountant. You are into teaching. You are into engineering. You are doing some professional job which requires certain academic skill or a training, like medicine. If you want to become a doctor, so for this they have to go through appropriate training or appropriate academic education. That is nothing but a profession. So MBA is also a profession. Next is a hobby. A hobby is an activity that someone does for a pleasure when they are not working, like playing music, reading books. You are free. You don't want to do anything. Then you're just doing something to spend the time. So that is what a hobby is. Next is a passion. These are general terms, but then knowing the definitions are important. A powerful emotion or expression, something that is strongly interested in and you enjoy. These are key terms. You are interested to do that and you're also enjoying the process. That is what a passion is. Sometimes what happens is you're interested but then you don't enjoy. Then that case it's not a passion. These two be there. These two has to agree. You must be interested in that and you also enjoy. So that is a definition of passion. Next is a goal. A goal is a aim or purpose or something that you want to achieve. Whatever you want to achieve is your goal. So like a person who is fat, his goal would be like to lose 10 kgs before the summer. So that is his goal, simple goal. So likewise we'll be having the organizational goals. Like they want to achieve, let's say, profit of 1 lakh rupees in this month. So that is the goal of the company. Next is one more important term is ethics. Ethics is basically deals with humans, human resources, HR. So ethics are actually how we act, how we lead our lives and treat others. So like our choices and decision making process and our moral principles are governed by our behaviors regarding what is wrong and wrong, what is right and wrong are also part of ethics. Ethics is like how you will conduct yourself into the society. Ethics is like how you will conduct yourself in the society and how you see what is right and what is wrong. Let us say every day morning you meet anybody, you will say good morning. So that is ethic. No one has told you that you should say good morning, but then that is your ethics. You have decided that you can say good morning. Saying good morning is neither good or nor bad. It is just the way you look at it. So all your behaviors in the society are a part of your ethics. So how we act in a specific situation, how we live, how we lead our lives and treat others. So these are the part of ethics. So ethics is personal and unique to each individual. As I have just said in the above example, you can say good morning. Even if you don't say good morning, nothing is wrong. There is no such rule that you have to say also. So depending on the person, whether he will say good morning or he will keep quiet or he will say namaste or whatever it is, nothing is forced. But then these things are important because if you say these things or if you do if you carry out these activities, then it is good for the society. So like whenever you are taking a decision based on if it feels morally right to you and it is producing greater good for the greatest number of people, then that is the utilitarian approach. Next is a moral right approach. Here you will see the moral rights. All the moral rights should be protected, and also it is legally correct. So legal rights are entitlements that are limited in a particular legal system. Management follows which takes a fundamental moral rights: the right to speech, right to life, and right to express feelings. So like whenever you take a decision as to how you will perform something, and if you see it ethically, and it should be legally correct also, and it should not hamper the other fundamental rights of that person. Let's say let's say your HR is asking your employees to work from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So legally it is correct and also it is not having any problem to the employee also. But then what if your HR is forcing the employee to come at 7 a.m. and asking the employee to leave at 9 p.m. and they are paying only the same amount of salaries? So this is morally not correct. People are also humans. Of course the HR can make the person to work, but then ethically it is not correct and also legally it is not correct, and forcing the employer to work for so many hours. So normally everybody has to take a moral right approach only. You have to be legally correct and also fundamentally you have to does not violate any other rules or laws. Next is social justice. Employees are not distinguished on the basis. So in an organization you have to ensure that there is no discrimination. There is no discrimination between people with a caste or religion and many other things. So this is the part of the ethical ethics of that company. So there is no distinction based. So we are treating everybody equally, and you are giving the social justice to everybody. So in India, everything happens as per social justice and morally correct also. But then some other countries, what happens, social justice is not prominent. Employees are treated unequally in other organizations in other countries. So this should not happen. So this is not good ethics. So ethics are good ethics or bad ethics. If they are morally right and legally right, they are good ethics, and if not, they are bad ethics. Bad ethics are bad for the organization. Good ethics will actually work in the organization favor because your employees are satisfied and they are happy. So if you have liked the video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing videos, and thank you for watching.